Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi,
Finally, we are
hi.
talking, Ashish. Very, very nice to see you and eventually be able to turn out a 760 score. So you must be very happy finally.
Yes, sir. About time it did happen. So yeah.
So you are still studying, right? If I'm not wrong, you're still in college.
Yes, sir. I'm in my final year of BCom honors, Delhi University. So I
Right.
just have like I have my fifth semester paper starting in 10 days.
All right. So, hi everyone here. Ashish is a deferred MBA aspirant, I'm guessing. That's what the hurry was, I guess. So, just take us through your journey. I was told that you also prepared with another institute earlier, but something couldn't work out. And here, when you studied, obviously this was a journey for you. I remember that. But still, how did the 760 happen? What were your challenge areas? I know one of the major challenges was sentence correction, but apart from that, just take us through your journey and what helped you here. Yeah.
Okay. I initially started my GMAT journey with eGMAT. It's another institute.
Yeah.
So while selecting that institute, my primary focus was that I needed a self-paced program that I wanted to prepare at my own pace. So that's why I got in there. And I did not know that top 1% existed. I did not have any idea. I did not do my research well, apparently. So anyhow, I started my prep with eGMAT. I wasn't very consistent back then. I prepared for about a month with them, but unfortunately, I got a problem with my eye. So the doctor said that I can't watch screens anymore for at least 2 months. So I had to stop. Then, fortunately enough, my plan with eGMAT expired, and I did not really like it as much because the way they used to teach was that they used to cover a lot of things which may or may not be relevant to the GMAT exam specifically.
Right.
So as a result, I reverted to top 1%. I got the demo and I loved it. So, well, then I started with my prep. So initially, my uh, target would have been somewhere around, let's say, a 720.
Mm.
However, joining top 1% allowed me to understand and see that I could possibly do much, much, much better, and hence the
Right.
760.
Right.
And so now, when I started the prep, I was fairly confident with quant, but but because of my confidence, I also used to make very silly mistakes. And again, you can't just not punish yourself for silly mistakes. So I learned that from Sandeep, so that you have to take care of these silly mistakes as well, because the the GMAT won't spare you for the same. So I
Absolutely.
worked on my quant. For
Mhm.
quant, I specifically maintained an error log with all the questions that used to be in the pre-work. So any questions that I used to see that it was quite tricky and was quite hard, so I used to maintain a log for those questions specifically, so that when I have to revise, I just go through those questions and hence revise all the concepts consequently.
Right.
So that's how I took care of quant. Now verbal. So verbal again, RC, CR, and SC. RC and CR somehow I managed. I would say I managed, but then for SC I used to get very flustered, as in when I used to see a question on screen. I used to get very scared that I don't think I can solve this question. I used to be in a
Right.
hurry to just get done with the question.
Mhm.
So then I realized that maybe all right, I there are some conceptual gaps. So I went through the concepts again. I did my entire work again. I did more than 300, around 350 questions, where I wrote the reasons for each and every question, so as
Mhm.
to eliminate all options, so that I was 100% sure this time. So that's how I did for SC, and I also maintained an error log, so that, and I could see that primarily I was suffering because of idioms and comparisons. So
Okay.
that is where I was suffering the most. And I also used to maintain a list of all the idioms that I used to come across. By the end, I had like a 7-8 page list, which I
Mhm.
used to just read every single day, so that I don't lose touch anyhow. And
Right.
once I was through with the conceptual part of it, my practice sessions looked like 4 to 5 RC passages every day,
Mhm.
20 to 25 quant questions. 20 SC questions and 15 to 20 CR questions every day once I was in my practice phase. And I just went ahead with the paper then.
Okay, so did you find anything unusual when you wrote the exam, like you in the 760 this attempt?
Unusual, nothing. I wouldn't say that I found anything unusual. It was as if I was just sitting at my home and I was just going through I was perhaps going through the 700, 800 level PDF and just going through the question seamlessly.
Oh,
And in fact, what was quite amazing for me was that for the verbal section, I was left with 6 minutes when I finished the section, and I was quite surprised that I could complete the section in that much time.
mhm. So what all did you utilize from the course? The way this SC definitely has been a challenge. So you would have gone
It's
through all the basics. And some people ask me this question, even in the demo, are the basics covered? So I hope you will say that they are covered to an
yeah,
extraordinary degree and sometimes way more than
it's,
required probably. So in sentence correction you have found.
right.
In all the other areas, let's say quant SC and sorry, quant RC and CR, did anything particularly help you? You were already you saying that you were better, but you were making silly mistakes, let's say in quant or in CR and
Yeah.
RC. Were there any challenges for you that the course helped you with? Just give me an
All
idea.
right. So for RC, I used to get the primary purpose questions wrong. So octaves helped me quite a bit. So
Right.
I was told that it's usually the other way around for people, that primary purpose people can do it easily, but I had to go through the octaves videos like few times to get it right. But
Okay.
once that happened, I was able to verify and eliminate. I realized that I wasn't verifying and eliminating in a more coherent manner, so that I wasn't verifying correctly, and I used to rely on memory more. So I
Mm.
said, all right, let's get done away with that. And what helped me also was going through the LSAT passages.
Right.
Since the LSAT passages are somewhere around 60, 65, 70 lines, they're the just going through that length of passages, makes it easier for you when you go through much shorter passages with the GMAT tests. So that
Right.
helped me quite a bit. And for critical reasoning, I found a bit of difficulty with conditional reasoning.
Mhm.
But when I went through the additional session, the entire conditional reasoning session, that thing was sorted out for me. And inference questions used to trick me quite a bit at times. Like I used to get confused between one or two options. But then I realized, I just have to see the direct reasoning line, which of course I
Yeah.
had to do quite a few questions. So
And quant, you overcame your silly mistakes by making an error log and doing something
yeah,
conscious, right?
especially in the DS data sufficiency questions, I used to fall for the traps because I used
Right.
to be in a hurry that I should just complete the question in 30 seconds, which
Right.
is, if we have time, we should take a bit more for that to ensure.
So let me understand from you one, what is the number of practice tests you would have taken, and two, if somebody is starting right now, let's say this is the second or third week of preparation for people who are attending here, obviously third week overall, but second week for some people who joined in late. So what should they not do? I mean, what you did is fine. What is it that you did but you thought was not the right thing to do according to you? Like,
Okay, one would be, if you're going through the coursework, if you're going through the concepts, don't leave anything and think that, okay, I'll just come back to this a day or two later. If like saying that maybe I'm not 100% sure of this concept right now, but I don't want to do it right now, I'll just move on to the next. Don't do that. Don't leave anything halfway. Do everything fully. Even if it takes you one extra day, just get through with it fully, because
Mhm.
that is what essentially happened with me in SC. I was leaving concepts in between, thinking that I'll just come back to it later. Even if you do, you break the flow of learning. So I would suggest just close everything.
Somebody might
As
do so in quant also, that it is too tough. This question, I'll come back to it later,
right,
but you should close it basically. That's
right,
what
right,
I.
right. Close it and be consistent. Like I was consistent as well. However, I took maybe like a few breaks in between, which I wouldn't suggest that you do. But if you do, plan your breaks accordingly, that your daily practice isn't suffering. Don't leave out doing at least 4 to 5 passages every day. Do it. Don't skip those 5 passages for your day. plan your day accordingly. Even if you want downtime, plan it according to your schedule. Don't let other people's schedules or any other plans that you have affect your daily routine of studying.
Right, that's great to hear. And just last one thing, what are the schools you'll be thinking about now that the GMAT is out of the way and you have a very good score, very competitive? So would you be applying to almost all good deferral programs, or are there some selections here, like more specific?
Like I'd ideally be applying to all the M7 schools. Like not all, but I prefer M7 schools and maybe
Right,
maybe a Berkeley because I like their program as well. So
right.
maybe I'll apply there as well.
Right. So this is really helpful, Ashish, and thanks a lot. Continue the good work, and I hope you are out with some great news with your admissions as well. Right. Do talk to
Yeah.
my expert Autry if you haven't. I don't know whether you have or not, but do get in touch. Just an idea. I mean, whatever he suggests, just take that advice and imbibe it, and I'm sure things will turn around very positively this time. Right. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Right. Bye bye.